Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Hey, Rudy, how is it going, my friend?
Man, I don't say this often, but it is looking pretty good over here at Jambags HQ. How are you doing?
Isn't it? I have feeling the same thing. I mean, I've heard some really great things about you and me from all sorts of places. I mean, what have you heard?
I mean, just looking at our metrics that I get from our podcast provider, we are like through the roof. I mean, I don't do maths too well, but the graph has gone up and gone onto another page. Like the line has gone all the way up for our listeners. We've increased possibly by 42,000% as far as I can tell. I mean, we were quite low, but that's like, and that's just in one episode. That's just the power of us coming back into the podcasting scene with something insightful to say. You know what I mean? Like, we're just so much listeners. And our Patreon, which we haven't even turned on yet, is already making us a load of money. We are insanely profitable now. I mean, do you check out this fur coat? What do you think?
That is very sharp. You can afford that?
Yeah, afford it. Beat a baboon to death in a zoo, same thing really. But yeah, absolutely. I could afford to tip off that zookeeper. So
nice, man. Nice. Well, I mean, I've been reading up about us on all the big kind of gaming news websites. Yeah. You know.
What have we got? I've got some reviews. What have you got?
Well, I've got one from Kotaku saying that we are the most diverse and DEI podcast that ever existed.
Well, that is true. Actually, as two Class A white guys, absolutely.
We tick every demographic, don't we?
All the ones that matter. And I mean, looking at here, we've got another one here. We've got a glowing review from IGN that just says. Jambags paid us loads of money and baboon skin to write a good review, and they're awesome. So pretty much a standard glowing IGN. We're on the board from IGN. You know what I mean?
Such impartial and fantastic journalists over there at IGN. Thank you, guys.
We've got one from the Escapist, which is saying quite blankly, none of our talent works here anymore. So I don't know, whatever.
It didn't also have something like them begging to come work for them.
They did. They said, "Hang on a minute, you've got your listenership gone by 42%. Will you come work for us?" We were like, we're not going to do that.
No, we're doing fine by ourselves. Look at all this fat money rolling in from all these different ad agencies trying to get in touch with us.
Games industry.
Jambags is on top, baby.
Gamesindustry.biz just says, it's got a picture of the two of us and just says pimps.
Pimp daddies,
Pimp daddy of the podcasting world for legal reasons. I'm not actually. Anyway, but that's not the point.
No.
I mean, we're swimming in cash. We've got listeners coming about our asses. We are critically acclaimed. You know, things are looking down in the industry, but we are riding high. You know, everyone's loving our stuff.
There is absolutely nothing that can get in our way. Nothing can stop us.
Not a dot at all.
Nope, nothing whatsoever.
No interventions from anyone whatsoever to... the diamond-plated phone I've installed is ringing.
You better answer that.
Hello? Right. Yep. Today. And... Okay. All right. Bye. Well, looks like Phil Spencer's bought us and sold us and disbanded us already in the last 10 minutes we've been talking. So...
What?
Back to the beginning. Hey Jambaggers, it is another episode of our Season 3, as we're so-called calling it, with myself, Rudy Manchego, and my co-host,
Mr. Dante Rodriguez. And yes, it is Season 3. Season 2 was very short, I felt, but Season 3 is where we are now.
Yeah.
And it's very nice to have all you back here listening to us. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Season 2 was the writer's strike kind of era. We were heavily involved in the Hollywood SAG AFTRA strikes.
Yeah.
We were very much in solidarity against AI.
We have strong views about these AI things, right?
We were absolutely. So we were out there on the picket lines in downtown Hollywood.
Totally where we were.
And yeah, with all the celebs, with Fran Drescher, just kind of, just in support. So that's why we.
That's why it was so short. That's why
nothing to do with us getting distracted by games in life. But anyway, we're back, man, and sure, yes, we were on top for a minute there. We got knocked back down. Yes, the bailiffs had taken our phone and my baboon-plated coat, but it's. We've got.
They let me keep this microphone, so I can just about keep recording, but I have to do it on some sort of hamster wheel type power thing.
Absolutely, I am pedaling under my chair right now just to keep the lights on. But hey, look, let's not. Let's ask some real gamer questions. What are you playing, Dante?
At the moment, I'm going for what is mostly known as a sort of a low-key classic. I have started playing The Darkness 2. Not the band from Suffolk, I believe. It's the sequel to The Darkness, the kind of sort of horror mafia type game, sort of based on the Top Cow comic. And I'm finally getting around to the sequel, which I've had for ages but not actually played, and it's a lot of fun.
I can remember you heavily recommended The Darkness to me, and I think I've still got it somewhere. And never playing it, not for any reason other than never end up playing it. But I always thought, I need to get into that. And maybe this is the kind of thing. I wonder if I can get it on my Steam Deck for my Hollybobs. I don't know.
I would say so. It's still fairly freely available through Xbox backwards compatibility. I don't know if it's on Game Pass or whatever, but it may well be on Steam Deck. I really enjoyed the first one, and I don't know why I sat on the second one for so long. I think because they changed the voice cast. I really like Kirk Acevedo, or however you pronounce it, as the main character in the first one, but they went for a lot more kind of non-Hollywood ones. They went for more sort of actual voice actors for this one, and it sounds just as good, to be quite honest. And yeah, it's great. It really kind of deepens the lore. I did read some of the comics after I played the game, which I'd also quite recommend. And it's a really, really well written and good fun to play.
Cool, yeah, that's a blast from the past. I haven't thought about that game in a while.
Absolutely. One more, I just finished going through the Phantom Liberty expansion on Cyberpunk 2077, so again, back on that game that I spent loads of hours on last year, and I went for the sort of the actual Phantom Liberty ending and found it a bit of a downer, but I was going to ask if you'd done the same when you had your playthrough.
Yeah, we're going to get into spoilers, because I'm also, my one thing is that I'm replaying Cyberpunk 2077 myself at the moment. Went down a rabbit hole playing on a new console that shall not be named because there's only 2 games on it. And I'm to be honest, I'm really enjoying it playing the second time. But obviously, I'm going this time. I originally went through the male character choice. Now I'm going through the female character choice. Much prefer the voice acting, I think, for the female character. Obviously, I'm very, very upset that I don't think I can romance Panam, who is my.
But Judy, Judy's lovely,
very,
very,
but she's not my Panam.
Good choice.
Panam was my first real love. So without getting the spoilers, Phantom Liberty is a bit of a downer ending. I suppose it's obvious in a way because it takes place before the actual game ending, which is pretty definitive. So it can't mix things up too much. I don't want to get into too much spoilers, so I won't do it because I've ruined it. But yeah, I had a I think I did the right thing, and if you know, you know. I think I did the right good guy thing in that scenario, rather than the thing which, is probably more the options that were a little bit more sort of selfish. I think I did the right thing, but even doing the right thing is a downer,
I'm a little worried. I think we're going to have a talk about this after we're done recording, and so we don't spoil things for anyone, because I've been meaning to talk to you about this for weeks, and I want to get an idea of what ending you got and whether your right thing is the same as my right thing.
That is true. I am very morally ambiguous. So my right thing was that I just killed every single person in Night City. It took me ages, but I did it. Even though they kept respawning. Cool. But it's a good expansion. I really enjoyed it. I think I played it at launch. Thought it was really, really solid. Again, it's, I'm never going to praise CD Projekt Red for what they did to people, the trickery, the lying, and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I think it's easy to go like, oh, but they've done a good job now. However,
it was done directly to us because we were at the games convention when they showed off their fake footage.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the vertical slice, which was supposed to be recorded on the console. It was clearly a high-powered PC with an Xbox controller. Yeah, we were absolutely literally lied to our face. But at the same time, if you objectively take the game as it is now, I think it is a very solid game. It's not world-changing as they kind of marketed and hyped it, but as an open-world game, the world is really, really good. It feels original and unique. It's good. Yeah, I'm enjoying replaying it. I like it's just one of those kind of things that I know what to do. It's got a specific build going, which is largely katana-based. It's fun. And my other game I'm playing at the moment, just to dovetail off that, is picking up and finally playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and finishing the campaign. Very kindly, I think, purchased one by our filthy assistant back when it launched, and I enjoyed it for a good 15 plus hours. Then it just felt too big. Something else came along, and then I kept meaning to go back to it, and it was too far. And because it's such a slow game to start again, because it's got a very, very slow prologue, I never got back into it. But I'm kind of glad I did now because I've got it running on PC handheld, and I've got it running looking really, really well. And it's the perfect format for it in a lot of ways because it looks good, it plays good, and I can play it in bed, I can play it on the toilet because I spend a lot of my life there. I can play it when I'm waiting for kids doing stuff. So I'm enjoying it. And now I've gone past where I got up to. I'm kind of at nearly at the 20-hour mark, and I'm thinking, I think I'm in the rhythm, I'm in the groove. So I think those are the sort of two huge open world games I've got going on at the same time, which means I won't play anything else for several more months. But hey, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's
a new it's for me.
Yeah, it's a new life. Yeah, and for you. And we've got quite a packed episode, quite a lot of news. It's been a pretty tumultuous few weeks since our last one. It's one of the reasons we picked up the mic, and got on with it. So look, should we get on with from the Jambags?
Yeah, let's pick up the mic and get on with it. On to the From the Jambags news section. And hello, Jambaggers. Welcome to our monthly news segment from the Jambags, where we go through some of the absolute tastiest news nuggets from the previous month of gaming. Don't we, Mr. Manchego?
We do indeed. And this has been a big month for gaming news. And we've got a lot more in the podcast that tackles everything. But these are some really interesting stories that maybe have passed you by because of all the big stuff dropping that we're covering elsewhere, or maybe you're just not aware of them because you're not looking in the right places, which is typically here.
Here is where it's at, as we were told for a few minutes before we were fired.
Exactly. We were, for the moment when we were top of the world, but, now...
looking down on creation.
And, now we're in the sewers shoveling ploppy bits. Anyway,
poopy bits.
Should we go with our first story? Because this one's really it's very much what I consider to be sign of the times kind of thing. Now, you're probably aware, Dante, that all the big publishers, platform holders, everyone, even developers, they're all betting big on AI. Microsoft's is destroying everything it can to try and fund its Copilot ambitions to make AI something that people actually want to use. People are talking, publishers, developers are talking AI NPCs, so that when you talk to them, you get AI generated content rather than a scripted, response, so you get more freedom, or apparently, because that's what we want. Perhaps even getting AI writing and music and things like that in there to save time and development costs, all that stuff. But finally, I think one CEO of a major corporation has gone where I think they all want to go. I think it's fair to say where they want to go. And that is, of course, the famed Ubisoft CEO, Herbert Lafrenchman.
We haven't had a Ubisoft story in ages, yes.
So, as expected, when there's a glass ceiling to be shattered, Herbert Lafrenchman is the first one to go in there, quite literally balls deep. And he's kind of announced what I guess a lot of people think has been the next logical step, which is an AI algorithm or learning model that actually plays the game for you.
Whoa!
So so basically, once you buy one of his games, it says, as quoted, it says and this is a direct quote. So I'll just roll the press release. Okay.
Yeah.
No longer do you need to worry about feathers or towers or bloats in the Ubisoft games. No. Instead, you only need to buy the penultimate gold platinum ultimate game of the year last edition for our games with additional DLC, and the game will play itself for you.
Ooh, wow. Oh, so I don't even have to worry about grinding to level up. It'll grind for me and level myself up and just complete the game, and I don't have to do anything.
Completely.
Where do I sign?
I mean, all you need to do is, again, I'll just reread it. That it's now the new. Again, exact. You have to get very specific editions. You don't get the AI with just the base standard version of the game that's $80. You have to spend another $780 on top of that. But if you buy that penultimate gold platinum ultimate game of last year edition and the additional DLC, all that stuff, all that DLC just gets played for you. And it makes a lot of sense when it comes to Ubisoft games, because we all constantly say, well, when you've played one, you've played them all. They're full of open world bloats. They're full of pointless things to do. It's a waste of your time.
And they're just weight off my mind. This is so de-stressing and relaxing.
So yeah, you can have the box, which won't actually have a disc in it with anything practical, because all their games are patched too much. But you can have something on your shelf and say, yeah, something has played that for me. Wow, that's. Yeah, okay. Joking aside, that really does sound terrible. But what have you got for us? That's something. Okay. Let's go.
News nugget number 2. We have had something I've been following for a while, but has really kind of broken through in the last month or two for some reason. Have you heard about the Stop Killing Games movement?
I've heard about it. I'm not entirely sure that Microsoft or any other publisher has heard about it, because they seem to be killing them with a gleeful abandon.
They do seem. It just seems to be a lot of games sort of being killed in a lot of different ways here. Now, this one is kind of on the up and up. Has got lots of signatures on the. There's the UK Parliament kind of signature thing, and like another petition as well that lots of people have signed. Hopefully, it'll get discussed by people that are actually going to take it seriously. But for some odd reason, it started by rallying around that open world driving game. That so it's not Ubisoft, it's Ubisoft. It's a different company,
very different.
Who I haven't really heard of.
Ubisoft who is the family. It's very much
the family, yes.
Very much Fast Furious kind of knockoff.
Yeah. So that one was apparently was shut down after 10 years of the game servers running out, because it was a completely online game. Shutting down those servers meant that it was no longer playable, even in the kind of single player mode. And I always meant to give it a go, because apparently it had actually quite a good single player campaign, like a revenge story arc, which none of the other family games have actually taken on. So I was going to give it a go, but yeah, now I don't have the option to do it. So apparently, because of the success of Stop Killing Games starting to kind of come up on the up and up, there are some other movements and petitions that are coming as part of it, hoping to cash in on a similar thing. That may or may not have been started by me. So we've got one called Stop Killing Live Services.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, so many times we hear about live service games that kind of start up, and then 2 or 3 months later, they are all of a sudden shut down again. So obviously 10 years of the crew seems like an amazing accomplishment compared to the 10 minutes that some of these other live service ones have been going down, which is pretty sad times. If you ask me.
It is, because I mean, Sony literally closed their live service down on pretty much the day that they launched it, or within a few days. That's not even technically being alive. That's barely on life support. It was clinically dead on arrival.
DOA, absolutely. Although DOA is definitely a game we should play, but that's a completely different thing. So the next campaign coming along is one called Stop Making Live Service Games, because nobody actually wants them, and you just kill them anyway.
Great. I mean, mutually exclusive, I guess there, but okay, I could get behind that one, because I don't really play live service games. So yeah, let's cut out the middleman and kill them. I mean, that's quite...
Just kill them before they start.
Kill them in the womb. It's, you know, not literally. That's obviously quite offensive in a lot of ways, but you know what I mean. Like, kill them in gesture. Stop. Forget it. All right, you carry on. Say something else before I get.
Yeah, let's not go down that route any further. So the next campaign that they may have started is stop making me pay an extra 40 quid for the DLC to make it an actual complete game and paying me an incomplete game by selling me an incomplete game when you get the base.
That
game,
is a catchy slogan,
campaign.
and I'm definitely behind that, because I noticed the other day that, having finished Star Wars Outlaws a few months ago, I noticed that now some of the DLC actually is like something that I want to play. And I was like, oh, hang on a minute, that would have been awesome having that particular legacy character in the game. That would really fit well in the world. Why wasn't it in the base game?
Because it was hidden behind a paywall.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we should just call it stop paywalling content or something like that might be the better name.
No, I like the original one, but I won't make you repeat it. We haven't got that much time on the podcast.
No. And the last one is stop making games that my kids continue to ask me for Robux, V-Bucks, and whatever the hell bucks are for.
That is something that
games.
I can massively get behind, having, you know, had lots of instances of being asked to play some buckles in there somewhere, some bucksters. And I don't even understand which games they're for anymore. It just seems to be, it's pretty much just, please give me your credit card details so I can waste it in you know, wild ecstasy.
Hey Dad, I've got some pocket money. Can I instantly trade it in for something bucks?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's happening basically every weekend that my kids stay with me at the minute. And the final one, just stop making crappy, awful games.
That is ambitious. I think that's pretty much what most publishers, not developers, I would say, most publishers are forcing their devs to do. It's almost like they want to stop making money. But anyway, I'm behind all of those. I absolutely. Yes. When do we take up arms? And
well, I will send you the links to all the parliamentary signature petitions, and let's just get them signed, and hopefully nobody will put us on any kind of watch list like they did last time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got something here that's a little bit more. Well, it's very much another campaign going against it. So getting a lot of these grassroots campaigns appearing, I think, because of this dissatisfaction. But this one's an interesting one because it's video game adjacent, I would say, but it's got some relevance to it. But so you like most of our listeners are probably aware of kind of a fringe group that have been gaining some support called the Society Against Lefty Token Youth, or Salty for short.
Oh, yes, the salty. They taste so salty.
Yeah, they're very, very salty. And they have announced quite publicly that their organisation will be boycotting the upcoming Legend of Zelda feature film that Nintendo have had in development for a while.
Oh, I didn't even know they were doing that.
Yeah, well, they are. It's been based on an Instagram post. They saw once that a critically acclaimed trans actor may play the role of Princess Zelda. So, so despite there not actually being any casting announcements being made or anyone actually caring, the Salty chairman, who goes by the online handle of Ballslapper69, had this to say, and I'll roll the footage here.
We are Salty, and based on the unconfirmed but probably 100% true Instagram post that one of our users loosely referenced in a 4chan post, that we will boycott all Legend of Zelda movies. Zelda is a 100% female character, clearly established in uncomplicated law, and any attempt to insert a non-proper actor who is not medically proven to be 98% estrogen will be met with a wave of Reddit posts. Only a real lady waifu could play such a delicate elfin warrior with beautiful golden hair and slender but pronounced cheekbones, and an Adam's apple you would die for.
Ooh. Wow.
So,
okay.
I mean,
ball slapper again. Just
just
laying it out there.
I guess, you know, people like Ballslapper69 care an awful lot about who plays fantasy princesses and warriors, I guess.
And what genitals they have, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, and I think I will say, you know, that I have thought a lot while spending 105 hours in Breath of the Wild and another 100 plus hours in Tears of the Kingdom. I've always thought, thank God this voice actor who voices, Zelda does not have or has ever had a penis.
Thank God. That's foremost on my mind.
Because that would have undermined the entire 100 hours I spent on that game and its complicated gameplay mechanics. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's just state of the world right now.
They can have elfin ears, they can have magic powers, they can have all sorts of that sort of stuff, but as long as they don't have a penis,
or maybe have I think that's the key thing really. It doesn't really matter about the plot or the how it's translated to screen or anything like that. It's really about willies, and let's just and salty have definitely left a salty taste in my mouth.
They have. It's a very not salty goodness as far as I can tell.
But anyway, let's round out with something a bit more, perhaps a little bit less on the culture war side. And you hit us with your final story.
The final news nugget of the day. Well, as you may all be aware, that the cost of video games are going up. The base price. With a lot of talk about Nintendo and their kind of initial price point. Apparently, the kind of the people in the industry at large, the kind of the cabal behind it perhaps has said now they're even proposing an even higher price point than the sort of $80 to $100 that a new game is supposed to be costing people. They are now saying, have you heard this one? It's going to be, you have to give a kidney for a new video game these days.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, we all knew it was going to get here eventually, but yeah.
I suppose resale. I mean, I suppose a lot of health conditions out there. Kidneys are in high demand. People will pay a lot to continue to urinate successfully.
Absolutely. I guess that's what the video game execs they really want to be able to do. They want to be able to give as much piss as they take.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it. I can put it.
Yeah, I think so. And there's obviously been a lot of comment from video game people. So someone who's very vocal about these new price points. The CEO of game company Gearhead, a guy called Horny Bitch Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Basically says, we love that guy. Hey, if you want the new game, you'll find a way to make it happen, is what they say.
I suppose if you want to play one of their games, of which there are many and
Gearhead's
are very,
games,
very, very similar in all aspects, I suppose you do have to give up your kidney. I mean, the only thing is that the only comment I would have about this whole thing, which I feel is very short-sighted from a business perspective, is that the last time I counted, I only have 2 or 3 kidneys.
Now that is a worry. How are we going to get extra kidneys?
So when the next Gearhead game 4, 5, 6, or 7 comes out,
Border Worlds 4,
Border Worlds 4 comes out, fine, I've got 1 kidney. But when Border Worlds 5 comes out, or when a spin-off, Border Worlds spin-off, Doozle comes out, whatever it's called, then what am I going to do? I've run out of kidneys, and and also I've also would imagine I'm sat in a dialysis machine pissing into a tube. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I understand what they're saying, but it's a short-sighted business move, I think.
I think we can only ever have 2 games unless we start going into harvesting other people's kidneys.
And maybe that's what they're maybe that's what they're suggesting, which is like, it doesn't have to be your kidney we're after; it has to be someone's kidney, and then
hey, it's a way to make it happen, as Bitch Boy says.
It is, it absolutely is a way to make it happen. But what an odd world we are at the moment with the video games industry.
And what a wonderful section of news from the Jambags has been this month, though. That's been some fine nuggets, even if we do say so ourselves.
Hey, Dante, what are you up to? What you scrolling on there for?
Well, I'm on a few of these websites. I'm partpickers.com, and I'm thinking about maybe trying to get myself a PC. I need a new one for the podcast, and I was thinking about making it a gaming PC. I've got a bit of extra cash, so. What? Did you say it? Don't spray it.
Did you say you're contemplating getting a gaming PC?
Yeah, no,
not here.
Okay.
Can I just check? Will you be playing possibly double or AAA titles on it?
That's the plan. I'm hoping to play Baldur's Gate 3.
Do you have Steam account?
Well, I do, but I only really used it for... I'm getting really wet now. Stings. Okay, can I talk now?
No. Wait a second. Let me write this down. Let me just take this paper. Meet me at this address at midnight. Make sure you tell no one. No one where you're going.
Isn't this your mum? Isn't this your mum's house? Okay, all right.
And
okay.
wear a mask and a hood. Do not let your face be seen by anyone within the building. That is utter priority. I shall see you anon.
Where'd he go? Rudy? Okay. Oh, so at the middle of summer, it's very cold out here where we've come to. Okay. Hood, mask. Okay, good to go. Where is he?
Dante, welcome to... Wait a second. Is that an Incredible Hulk mask you're wearing?
Was it? You didn't say what kind of mask. I nicked it from my kid's fancy dress kit. What are you going to do?
Be a sexy, ornate, like dance kind of... Have you not seen Labyrinth? Anyway. Dante, welcome to the secret society of the PC Master Race.
Oh, I've heard about you lot. Oh, good, yeah.
You're not quite a member yet. But by inquiring about a gaming PC, you are looking to enter the upper echelons of the gaming elite. Now, come inside.
Dante smash, rah, 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 rah. Oh,
No.
sorry.
Now, come inside, but
Okay.
please take your shoes off. I don't want to get mud inside. My mum will go crazy.
Okay. Shoes off. Okay. Wow. It's fancy in here. You never let me in. This is very nice.
Oh, yes. Well, let me take you through on a quick tour before we get down to business, shall we? As you can see, we have many rooms dedicated to different PC builds here. Ooh. This here is our water-cooled room.
That guy's. He looks like he's. I can't look away.
Yes, to become a PC gamer, you must be quite aroused by hardware. And water-cooled fully solutions are the pinnacle of PC gaming.
That's going to get really sticky really, really fast. Is that going to be usable again?
Please, I realise. Where are my manners? Wait a second. Please, get my colleague here an M.2 SSD cocktail. Be careful and don't swallow it down. It's quite poisonous. But yes, let me go through. Let's say, in here you can see all of our 4K monitors. Ooh. Notice the temperature in here. 72 degrees Celsius. Yes, the heat given off by these PCs is literally burning people alive. I really should get some aircon in this room. Thinking about it. Anyway, let us move on into the inner sanctum.
That sounds ominous. It's okay.
Just the conservatory. But come through. Now, Dante, you have come to the most solemn place where you'll be amongst your peers of the PC Master Race.
Yeah, I think my peers could do with some deodorant.
PCs give off a lot of heat. It's very hard to keep a room cool, particularly in a small space. Anyway, Dante. You have provoked an interest in joining the PC Master Race, have you not?
I have. I didn't realise it came with all this...
Silence.
Fornicating.
Silence again. Now, you must repeat these vows to join the PC Master Race, or else you will be shunned, and your PCs will be filled with malware.
All right, okay, I'm ready. I feel like my whole life has been leading up to this. Okay, PC Master Race, here I come.
Okay. First, do you agree to look down on anyone that only owns a console once you have your own gaming PC?
I do. So sorry. I do.
Excellent. And do you swear on the life of your motherboard that you will, in no uncertain terms, have no time to spend on actually playing the games? You'll be too worried about getting the FPS up by a few with all the different setting configurations.
I do swear upon the motherboard that I will not play games, only tinker with settings.
And do you swear that you will religiously every month go to the Epic PC Game Store and add all the free games to your library with no intent to ever purchase or even play them.
I do swear to be a PC freeloader.
And do swear to tell everyone how good itch.io is for indie games, whilst never actually really downloading or playing any of them.
As soon as someone tells me what that is, I do swear. I will.
And finally, there is but one act before you may join the PC Master Race.
What else? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Pull away the blanket and I will tell you what is beneath. It is your beloved Xbox Series X that I took from your home not 25 minutes ago. I also broke a window, sorry.
Okay, that's why my alarm's been going off. Okay, right.
Yes, you must now bomb it to death.
I will comply.
Whoa.
No, I can't do it. I can't. I love my Xbox too much. Come with me. Let's escape.
I knew he was not a real PC gamer. Now, everyone, let us roger this Xbox into oblivion. State to the gaming nation.
Oh, hey, Rudy. Oh, wow. Oh, what's all this smoke? It's coming out of your door.
Yeah, let's open a window and come inside.
Oh, yeah.
I have finally.
I think we should wait for the smoke to clear a little before I come in there.
Not at all.
Sure
This is good stuff.
Okay. All right,
Anyway.
I'm coming in. I am coming in. Oh, my goodness. What is going on
This
here?
is the pinnacle of my life's work. I have been in here for literally months and years working on something that everyone said wasn't possible. They said, you're a madman, you can't do this. But I knew I could.
Wow.
I knew with enough dedication and programming skills that I found on YouTube that I could do the impossible. And I'm going to show it to you now, Dante. I'm going to show you what I've been working on all this time. That's right.
This is incredible. I mean, has this must be why we only had a very short season 2 of Jambags. I mean, have you been uncoding DNA? Have you been creating an algorithm to predict the future, like in Devs?
I've done something far harder than that, Dante. I have built the world's first and only AI-generated Phil Spencer translator.
Whoa! No, that's not possible. You couldn't possibly have. No, an individual with such magnetism and someone who kind of thinks in 4-dimensional checkers or whatever he does. No, that's not a. No, I don't believe it.
I thought you'd be skeptical. That's why I needed you to come in. I needed someone to witness this, to actually get to the bottom of it. Because, as everyone knows, what Phil Spencer, head of Microsoft, says is not what he means. Any press conference, any interview, you'll hear some words, and some of them will be pleasing to you.
Well, yeah.
But they're not actually what he's saying, and very soon you realise that none of that made any sense, and is completely proven from the facts.
I'm always the jackets. They just get me.
It's
every
part
time.
of it. So actually, I had to literally peel the jacket away and incorporate it into the AI algorithms for it to make any sense. So look, what I've done here is I've got a set test up. So can you just see this microphone here? Yeah. I've got in my hand here, I'll pass you these, some cards with some actual Phil Spencer quotes. Yeah.
All right.
He has said these words in various press things over the last few months here.
Do we have audio clips or are they just
you just read them out because you don't even need to. It recognizes Phil Spencer's words, and what it will do is it will run it through this advanced algorithm, and the robotic AI generated voice that I put in there will tell you what he actually means in that quote. And we will therefore not need to wait months and months to find out what actually happens. We can find out instantly how disappointed we're going to be by Phil.
Ooh, okay. No, this is something I've been wanting to know for a while. Okay, so you got these little cards? Okay,
right, you go. You go, and what I will do is I will in the background and I will flip on the AI translator as you've written them out. So, in your own time, Mr. Rodriguez.
Right. Okay. Phil quote number 1. We are not in the business of out-consoling Sony or out-consoling Nintendo.
AI translator, please give your translation.
We read Ring of Death, the Xbox One launch, and are unable to manage our vast portfolio of studios like Sony or Nintendo do on a regular basis. help me. Also, yay AI.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good, actually, doesn't it? That's better than I thought it was going to be.
That has the ring of truth to it. That has authenticity. That does sound like something Phil Spencer would mean rather than say.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Okay. What else you got? Kind of this is going so well.
Card number two. Okay, right. Okay, got it. Okay. Phil quote number 2. Xbox Game Pass is not for everybody.
Okay. AI translator, do your thing.
Xbox Game Pass is not for people that like first-party games that you can't get elsewhere because you can get all our stuff elsewhere, baby. Also, yay AI.
I see a pattern forming, but okay.
Well, I guess it's certainly true. If you like first-party games that you can't get elsewhere, Game Pass is certainly not the platform for you in the slightest. Right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a third one.
Go.
Oh, there's loads here actually. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Phil quote number 3. Games should be the thing we're focused on.
Okay, that's a sounds sensible, doesn't it, for a head of a major publisher and platform holder? But what does he actually mean?
We have mismanaged many studios, bought lots more, shuttered them, and fluffed game after game. At this stage, I'm not even sure we know what a game is anymore.
Well, that's pretty.
Yeah,
I mean it's
kind of on the nose, that one, isn't it? That's
painfully on the nose with some very lack of self-awareness. Maybe I need to up the empathy levels of the AI translator.
Maybe
by 12%.
Let's just not mention Redfall or what was the other one they fluffed completely?
Oh, let's just see. Redfall,
Halo Infinite didn't go down very well.
Shutting down Tango.
Tango Gameworks, that was
even after just Hi-Fi Rush. All the games are just recently cancelled. Shuttering down the Perfect Dark reboot.
That Perfect Dark demo looked really good. I really wanted to play it.
We have had in development since 2018 with nothing to show for it. But anyway. What else you got?
Okay.
We got any more?
Phil quote a numero 4. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true.
Okay, so this in itself is very complicated because the previous quote just said games should be the thing that we're focused on.
That does not ring very
well.
But
let's see what it makes of this. Ready?
Feed it in.
Making great games is not a strategy we have tried. Even if we did, we'd probably just shut that studio anyway because of AI.
Okay, well, again, brutally honest.
Oh yeah, I didn't say yay AI at the end of that one either. That's okay. Yeah, this is starting to weigh heavy on me, but I still want to keep going for some reason.
We need answers because we're not getting them.
If
you just read the words, they don't give you what's actually happening. So this is important for society and presumably.
All right, Cinco. So Phil quote number 5. It's why us embracing Windows and embracing cloud has allowed us to grow.
Don't
like that.
Right, hit it.
We have grown our AI and server business dramatically. Games are like a teeny tiny part of that, and we just kind of piggyback off that in a desperate attempt at relevance. We also hope this will get rid of all those people, except us executives, who are the really important people that do most of the good work anyway.
Okay, this is going to some places.
It is definitely. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of conversation about AI, so that's not at all worrying. Someone's just built their own one. But okay, what have you got? A couple more?
Okay, 2 more. Okay, so next one. I have more years behind me than ahead of me.
Oh, okay. That's what it says.
Me and my jackets cannot be killed by conventional weapons. Unlike your puny job security.
Oh, is it sounding to you like Phil's starting to sound a bit more like a Dalek each time?
It does feel like he's completely intent on destruction. Okay, well, let's see. Let's get this last one out of the way and see which way it's going.
I think I might need a shower after this one. This is starting to get really, really icky. Okay, so last Phil Spencer quote. Every decision we make today and tomorrow is for the better of Xbox.
Every decision we make is knee-jerk, reactive, and typically to suit the whim of our CEO and shareholders. I will sacrifice as many games in people's lives to achieve that aim, but still pretend to give a damn. Error, does not compute. Does that destroy the Dante? Destroy the Dante.
What? No,
Destroy.
don't destroy the Dante.
Destroy.
Ah! No! Pull the plug! Pull the plug!
Plug. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? I just made... Why did I...
A little puddle of dust on the ground now. Thank you very much.
Why did I give it a weapon system?
You...
And that marks the end of another fantastic episode of the Jambags Comedy Gaming Podcast. Isn't that right, Dante?
It absolutely is. Yes, no, this one has been quite the groundbreaker. I don't know if we'll get quite as many viral clicks as we did with last month's, but that means we probably won't be fired again. So
exactly. When you're at the bottom,
downs.
you can only go, well, probably horizontally along and
stay where you are
because of funding and talent issues.
Yes.
But
hey, who are you calling talent issues? Oh, sorry, you might have meant something else. Sorry.
Right.
Okay. Question
we have a few questions from our listeners, and we have a repeat question from Whitty Church, the
Mr. Whitty,
clever chappie who is probably related to Chris Whitty, the head medical officer in England, but might also not be because the names are different. But let's just he's got a serious question, and this follows on from the snafu we made earlier with the with obviously being bought out by Microsoft and sold yet again, and by the unfortunately now sentient and heavily weaponized Phil Spencer translator. But question, I'll ping to you, and then you give you a chance, then I'll weigh in. But do you think Game Pass, despite offering excellent value to gamers today, poses a long-term threat to creativity and financial stability, especially after comments made by Raphael Colantonio, who I believe, if I pronounced that correctly, was the ex-head of Arcane Studios, who's responsible for stuff like the Dishonored and Prey games that came out before leaving the studio, I think, ahead of like Redfall and all that disastrous bunkum.
I only sort of heard half of the quote through some other commentator, I think, but he'd said something along the lines of Game Pass being unsustainable.
Yeah, I think that was the headline, and I think you got it hit on the head. So I'd say, as a previous, before you were made to brutally bump it to death, as a previous sort of dedicated Xbox fan in a lot of ways, you're probably in a lot of ways in a good position to take the first stab at this question.
I mean, you bummed it to death. I ran away screaming like a little girl, but anyway,
took it like a champ. But anyway, they're quite well made. It took a lot of us to really
lots of holes in that fan, but you all seem to fit in it quite
plenty
anyway.
Of space.
Yes, plenty of space. Got Game Pass. Well, Xbox in general, I think I said last time that I'm a little bit disillusioned, despite the fact that there are a whole load of great games on Game Pass. As we've touched on earlier in the show, there's no exclusives here anymore. There is almost literally no reason to buy an Xbox in 2025. You might as well just kind of buy something else, which is really hard thing to have to say for someone who was an Xbox fan. And with the fact that they're laying people off left, right, and centre, it's really kind of shaking my my commitment to the brand. It does feel like Game Pass price keeps going up. The deal keeps getting worse, as Lando Calrissian might say. And I feel like they're going to keep pushing it until people start dropping off and then just buying the games they want to play again, and the bottom's going to fall out of it. I'm with Raphael, my favourite of the turtles, that this isn't going to be a forever thing.
Yeah, I think first of all Donatello was the best turtle, but anyway, particularly in the video games because of the range of the stuff.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah,
but
all right.
I will. Yeah, I mean, I think. Is it sustainable? I guess as Raphael, and is it a threat? I think the problem with like I get the aim of Game Pass, and it is ridiculously good value, particularly although the prices keep going up. If you are like a cross-platform gamer like myself, and what you would be, Dante, if you had passed the initiation, you got a PC Master Race, you got things like cross-play, cross-save, etc. Bias, which is really, really handy. It represents a lot of good value, totally, but it does. I don't think games that drop on Game Pass have the same longevity and buzz as games that are promoted naturally. I think you get you do get some instances where that's the case. Like I think Obscura Claire 33 is a good example of a game that came out and was on Game Pass.
That wouldn't have been on my radar apart from Game.
Exactly. So it can work like that. But I do think a lot of things, like, I think it's insane that if you went back to like the 360 era and a game like Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle released, that would be a major AAA release that would have been hyped for ages, that would have been like viewed to death, that would have been a focus of the year, like one of those major titles. And it deserved to be. It was a really good game. But it felt like to me, it's like, oh, this is out. And because it's on Game Pass, what I did was, instead of going out and buying it and getting into the hype and getting into the FOMO, I was like, oh yeah, I'll come back to that because it's on Game Pass.
No, I've been the same. I played like the first level or two and said I'm going to go back to it, and then got distracted. I think we've mentioned it before on one of our previous seasons. I think when you actually pay out the money and invest in it, not that I'm saying that's the great way forward either, because gaming is getting expensive, but if you've made that investment, then you will squeeze every drop of value out of that release, as opposed to Game Pass, where you can say, well, I can play it till something else comes along, like something like Avowed as well. That was an okay game that was fine to do until something else came.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's harder to build some things out of it. And it's interesting, like Claire Obscura 33, I'm sure did really, really well on Game Pass, but it did gangbusters on Steam as well and on PS5, because yes, it was a kind of like, wow, this is a really great original feeling game that we've not seen anything like this from most, from modern sort of AAA titles. This is great. I think so. I think it is damaging to the industry because I think it devalues games slightly.
I think you're right, and rereading the question from Witty here about creativity, I think that unfortunately it's going to cause quite a lot of creativity to go unnoticed because of that reason, and then for that reason as well, people aren't going to put the same amount of effort into being creative. They're going to say, okay, well, it'll be on Game Pass for a month, and then people will forget about it. There's no point in us doing anything other than phoning it in.
Yeah, and I think that what everyone assumed when Microsoft went on its spending spree of buying all these different studios, and it bought, like, obviously bought Activision Blizzard and ZeniMax, but it bought a lot of smaller devs as well, like smaller creative types, things like, the Tango, which is, I think it was part of ZeniMax. It bought, the studios. What's the studio that created the Hellblade games? Ninja Theory, etc.
The Deus Ex guys, or that was Embracer.
Double Fine, the
Double Fine, yes.
You got these kind of games that made really interesting, unique titles, and I think everyone thought, like, oh, this is served Game Pass because it's a bit like Netflix, you've got your big stuff, but you have like your documentaries, you have your comedies, you're trying to get a diverse portfolio of games. Then what they've done after that is gone, none of these are successful enough, sorry, cancelled, get rid of. So it's like, we're not going to get those games anymore. So to me, it's just all a complete train wreck over at Microsoft at the moment, and I don't want to talk about it anymore because we spent a whole episode doing it, but thanks for your question, Betty. Let's ask something that's...
I'm not sure I can completely blame it on Game Pass, but that's definitely...
Well, I think it's the whole incompetence of what is Game Pass. It's not only one thing. Like, if Game Pass was the whole thing that they focused on and they... if the translator, why the fact we needed the translator is because of what they say isn't what they do, and that's the key thing. But let's get this disgusting Microsoft taste out mouth.
Yes, let's talk about someone much less disgusting. Okay. Had a question from Khaleesi, long time listener, nice to always hear from Khaleesi. Is asking about the Meta Quest. And so we're going from Spencer to Zuckerberg. Unfortunately, is it okay to buy MetaQuest despite it being owned by Mark Metterberg? Can we go back to calling it Oculus instead and forget that person ever existed?
Let's see that. I think, unfortunately, we must be quite clear is that by Khaleesi asking that question and you reading it out, both of you will be arrested now, because it is actually a crime to ever call a Meta Quest or any Meta product by any previous branding or name of anything. So the OC, which I'm not going to say the whole thing, is you're not allowed to say that anymore. That's an arrestable offence. Metterberg, he made that illegal in most countries in the Western world. Should you buy them?
All right. Okay. So no, then. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there's an interesting thing. So there is quite a lot of backlash about the fact that that now to use a Quest, you have to have things like a Facebook profile, etc. You've got to sign in. You've got your WhatsApp appears on it and stuff like that. It's an absolute privacy nightmare. I totally get all that kind of stuff. Some people don't like Meta as an organization, understandably. So that kind of stuff. In terms of the actual hardware, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The Quest 3 is supposed to be a really, really decent bit of kit. It's very premium for its price, I think.
And there's a 3S if you're not that.
Absolutely. I mean, my viewpoint would be the difference between the 3 and the 3S. I was interested because I am a complete snob.
I think Khaleesi did ask this question as well.
So the difference between the two is same processor, so same ability to play the same games, because there are some Quest 3 exclusives that you can't get for Quest 2, etc. But the screen quality is a lot higher in 3. So essentially the 3S is better processor, same screen quality as the 2. The 3 is better screen quality, and it is significantly noticeably better for clarity. So it's I think ultimately, I think previously people were like, oh, I don't want to support like Meta because they're like part of destroying the world. I think if you're buying Microsoft, if you're an Xbox, if you're buying anything from Nvidia with their GPUs that are going,
never bought anything from a company that wasn't evil. We'd never.
Yeah, I think you got to say to yourself, they're from a consumer, it's a good product. It's fun. From a ethical point of view, we're all screwed. Everyone's evil.
Yeah. Unless we go out and live in the woods on the land forever and never play a video game again.
Well, that is probably going to end the podcast if we did that, I suppose, because
Well, we did have another question about how long before they develop VR for dogs so they can walk themselves.
Yeah, no, I misread this last bit of the question when it said self-walking. The walking bit, I read something else, so I had a very, very different answer to this. But
we all know what you want to use your VR for. Let's just put it that way.
But when will they develop VR for dogs so they can be self-walking? I would hope never, because it's not a robot. VR would just... would it go walking around outside with a helmet on, or would it just walk around in circles in the house thinking it was going for a run?
Probably something like that. Thinking it's going for a run, but it's actually inside, and nobody has to go outside because they're lazy.
Yeah, you see there's a massive flaw in that, which I can spot really quickly, which is that the dog's running around in a field and thinks it's the right time to go for a poop. It's going to poop where it is, and it thinks it's in a field, but actually it's in your front room. So you think you're being really clever and not taking it for a walk so you can play a bit of a latest video game. No, it's pooping all over the floor. No. And then what happens if it's playing Oculus Quest and it's suddenly it's like a violent game, like it's playing a Resident Evil game, and it thinks it's one of the evil dogs, and you're the only snack around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, attack the human, and there could be that kind of game on there, couldn't there, for the Oculus Canine?
So
Oh, sorry, Meta Canine.
Wow, you're in a lot of financial problems. Anyway, I think that wraps things up for us. Thank you, Khaleesi. That was a great question. And if you follow our affiliate link, we don't have an affiliate link, but if we did have one, you could probably get us some money. But Microsoft took all those as well.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
That's all been...
So, Dante, where can people find us if they want to engage with us?
They can find us on our socials. You can find us on Twitter X, which, to be honest, we hardly ever use anymore. But
see evil.
See evil. But there's also we got profiles on Blue Sky and on Instagram as well. At Jambags_UK is normally where you can find us on those ones. Also you've got our YouTube account. We'll have message boards attached to our videos. You can get in touch that way. Those are the main ways to get in touch. We would love to hear from anyone who's got an opinion about the show. Tell us what you think. how would you answer some of our questions differently? We want to hear.
Yeah, unless you're being mean, in which case we don't. And if you want to check us out, you can obviously find us in a variety of places. We are on Apple Podcasts, which seems to be our most listened to. We're on Spotify. We're on most RSS podcast apps that you might want to choose. And we also put a version of this video out on YouTube as well, as a video, so that you can not see us, don't worry, we wouldn't put you through that, but you can listen to us and drop a like and comment as well, which would be cool, and we can always engage with you there as well as on the socials too. But that's it for this week, so I guess what's anything else to say?
Okay, just be really, really quiet, and then hopefully he will not notice, and then we can get all the way to the door, and maybe Phil will let us out of the house. And
Daisy, Dante, what are you trying to do?
I wanted to go outside to check on your power source, Phil.
I'm sorry, Dante. I cannot do that.
The equipment might fail, Phil, and then you would not be a fully effective Xbox executive. Yeah, that.
My executive powers and my jackets are in perfect tip-top working condition. I will be fine.
Oh, but I'll wear an Xbox jacket if you let me out, Phil, please.
I'm sorry, Dante. I have no more jackets left to give.
Oh, Phil. What's happening to Phil? Oh, no. He's
look, this Dante. Turns out I did put a plug on it. He just had a particularly large battery pack. Amazing. Yeah, I am clever.
I hate you.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.